skart vara bifrostkyla vid Yggdrasill utvinna värdande tvinna skuldkvinna sjå Yggdrasill
I Midgårdleva det lå står fara bifrost skimra ved Yggdrasill uttvinna värdande tvinna skuldtvinna sjå Yggdrasill.
Hello, good people. Right. I'm sitting here under 2 pine trees, also surrounded by pine trees, a few squirrels, birds, and other forest inhabitants. Well, I figured I just made this recording because I haven't posted much with my face for the past few months after I've been to the Rdruna concert, and I thought I'd just talk about something that from the top of my head, really, and also just a quick little update, channel update. I may not post regularly as before because I have other plans for this channel and for my work in general, but updates will come in due time, and right now I'm focusing more on my writing and my work as a graphic designer. I'm pretty much trying to become a professional in this field. Professional, I mean, on a proper level, let's just put it that way. And something is actually bubbling on the primordial soup in the Writers Guild. I have something in mind, still in infant stage, but it's developing, and it may become a fully realized, fully fleshed, published work, but I cannot share much for the time being, for the moment. The thing I wanted to apologies, I also wanted to give a quick shout out to Theater Word and his channel. You may find it in the link below, and also on my community tab. And I want you to support his work and subscribe to his channel and to his other channels. And you may also find links to his brother's channel. He's really a hardcore WoW player, and he plays. I think he is on a very professional gaming level. I mean, much better than me. I am a gamer, but these days I'm a casual one. I'm not on that level. Anyways, so I hope this battery holds and I hope the storage holds as well. I wanted to talk about cars for a brief moment. I think I've mentioned this before on my channel, and I'm sure that I have written about it in my book Heresy and Metaphysics, but still I feel like just sprinkle some philosophical musings here about this, you know about cars, vehicles, trucks, yeah, of any kind, really. You know, I'm actually consider myself a weird guy, but I'm not that weird, but I'm still pretty weird. But I have an immense dislike for the car, the vehicle, the truck in general, or van, or whatever. I've never drove a car. I don't have a driver's license. I never had the I was never interested in acquiring one. I know, don't get me wrong, cars are just a normal thing these days. Without cars, our food will not be delivered. I am aware of that. The post, our packages from Amazon, whatever, it's a useful machine. But here's the thing, here's what I want to say here. And you may agree with me or not. That, of course, is normal, but still, you can share your opinions below. Or you can message me or whatever. I'll respond. Here's the thing. These days, cars I see really as extremely how should I put this, extremely fetishized. They became a fetish for people, when kind of the extension of their egos, really. For example, these days I live in a small town here in Bulgaria, but whenever I go out to do whatever, I just cannot breathe. I cannot cross the street. The neighborhoods are packed with cars. Every single spot is basically occupied by a vehicle, and it's really frustrating. I use the public transport and extremely rarely taxis, but yeah, the car is really became a fetishized thing. People not only drive their cars, they became a part of their expression. They stay inside. I observe this very closely. They eat outside. They eat inside their cars. They browse on their smartphones inside. Some people sleep inside their cars. I've basically observed that as well, and many people do other things there as well, which probably you here's what I'm talking about. By the way, this place is really close to the highway, and there's a lot of movement from I also don't have a very much good to say about motorcycles, and especially loud ones, racing ones, and cross motorcycles. I like bikes. They're not doing harm to anyone. So I used to have one, but anyways, that's a whole different topic. So the car as an extension of people's egos and their in sort of it's a part of their lifestyles, really. And you know, these sort of things. I rather buy books and a better equipment for you know basically doing professional content here than spending my money on diesel and gasoline and paying for insurances, car insurances and stuff like that. And in the end, end up in the graveyards, in a young age and stuff like that. That's just mental. I don't approve this at all. So, Professor Tolkien had actually a really deep dislike for cars as well, and machines in general. But I'm not trying to, copy paste him, and that doesn't make any sense. I'm inspired by his visions and opinions and philosophy very much. But yeah, it's he was he foresaw it, and he wrote about it in the Lord of the Rings, especially Mordor, as one of the modernized states that produced, it had everything. It had slave business, military industrial complex, bureaucracy, factories, fumes and stuff. And he was trying to say something and perhaps warn us that this may happen eventually, But I don't think this is that simple, actually. There are many multiple sites that this particular thing can be discussed, and that's why there are people writing about this. And I recommend the work of Patrick Curry, very much so. And he wrote a book called Defending Middle Earth, which I highly recommend. But he is one of the biggest, most important voices in the ecological movement these days, along with John Michael Greer. But they all have their different perspectives, but I think they're united in the same philosophy and the same passion. And yeah, I'm also looking forward to read the other books by Patrick Curry, especially Enchantment and Ecological Ethics. But this may happen, and book reviews may follow. So yeah, I'm not hoping to change anything with this here. What I'm talking about. But I would like to to live in a less crowded society with less vehicles and less uh, you know less less people with cars or maniacs with cars. And you know I as I said, whenever I go out, it's suffocating. Hard to cross the street. Hard, when you're waiting to cross on the other street, it's you have to wait. The people don't stop. It's like you're a pedestrian, and you're not allowed to cross because they are the masters of the road. This phenomenon has actually a huge, deep, and complex history that goes back to the early 20th century, really, or actually late late 19th and early 20th century. But as the car as a means to transport people to as a it's useful as a means to transport goods and help people. It's the basic idea, the basic premise is I have nothing against. But again, everything in human history, everything invented by us gets somehow weaponized and twisted to the point where it loses its initial use and purpose. And that's why I don't ever, I don't say ever, but I don't see myself as a part of this vehicle mania circus, really. Especially here in Bulgaria, where people are bonkers, batshit crazy about their precious vehicles, and how I've also seen some ecologists here talking about mainly on national TV or in on the internet, talking about the carbon footprint and stuff like that. And when you do a little research about these people, you see they have like 5 cars, and their families have like 2 cars, and they have trucks and other machines, vehicles. Some guys, some rich people have yachts and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's crazy society we're living these days. What can I say? Most of these people haven't set foot in the forest with their families and stuff. And if they do that, if they do have some free time, they go on a hunt with their rifles and military gear and their 4x4 jeeps and trucks. And I've seen this, and quite frankly, I'm against that. But as I said, you may agree with me or you may disagree. That's why I'm opening this discussion. This is not just me rambling here for almost 15 minutes. Feel free to share your thoughts and opinions. And less vehicles and insane drunken people and angry people and ignorant people. inside cars, the better. And most of these people's, they're just following this pattern, uh, just graduate from school, find a wife, pop up a few kids, have a car, have a dog, and watch football, play Call of Duty. As I said, I've touched deeply on this in my book, so I think if you find this video interesting, check my book and just go deeper. The as it's as people say, the rabbit hole goes deeper and deeper, and yeah. Some discussions may follow with, some podcasts with people may follow on this channel, and I'm also on Patreon, so if you want to support my work, you can do it. And I hope all of you are doing well, and I also hope this it's been really frustratingly hot during this summer, and yeah, Ragnarok is inevitable. So I'm looking forward to autumn and especially winter, where my creativity peaks actually. And I wish you all the best. Ciao. See ya on the next one.